I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, this is a video tour of my 1980 Stern Seawitch that I'm going to be posting up for sale. And I'll write up a description as well, but video tour is better, I find. So we're going to start with the guts here. So I have a new all-tech CPU in there. Got your soundboard, your driver board with the updated capacitor, lamp driver. You got all your displays. Once upon a time, there was a mouse that lived in this machine, and it did chew up some wires, and someone at some point added some electrical tape here and there. There was a lot more, but I did some shrink tube and remedying of a lot of the chewed wires. So if you look closely, you'll see a little bit of shrink tube. So I repinned the connector and tidied up some of that stuff. Actually, especially on all the display connectors, most like to chew the wire, the insulation, but not the wires. The wires aren't as tasty, so most of these connectors I repinned as well. Got rid of the nasty bits, and yeah, that was a lot of hours of dealing with that. There's still a bit left, but there's been no issue as a result of that, and that is as far as I'm going with the remedying of the bits of missing insulation. All in all, condition is decent. There's a little bit of water damage in the corner there. That's because the previous owner had a small drip in their ceiling that leaked down, kind of down the head here, and you can see a little bit of evidence of that. You know, that had long been remedied by the time I bought the machine, so I cleaned that up as best as I could. And yeah, so and then I guess we'll move over to the display panel. You can see this machine is fully LED'd. All the displays I will show you soon are all working good. Now I will get to the underside and cabinet. Before I forget, this is the back glass. You can see the back side. That's where you can typically judge the condition the best. Is a little bit of, nope, that's nothing there. What is that? That is chip paint there. There's a little bit of chipping here and there. It looks like, if you look closely, at some point someone did maybe brush on some sort of coat of something, some clear coat maybe, because it's a bit yellowed. So somebody protected it at one point, but there's still a little bit of flaking. I did that a couple years ago, a couple little minor touch-ups. So a back glass is certainly not perfect, but it's pretty good for an old Stern, and maybe give that a good 7 out of 10. I'll show you from the front side in a bit. Alright, so this is the cabinet. This box is the adapters to allow the lamp driver to accept LEDs. This is a bit of a copy of the manual, and then this is a bit of information for the new CPU that's in there. So everything in here is working as it should. It's fairly clean for being 40 years old. This is the guts of the underside of the playfield here. You know, I had this machine originally a few years ago, then I got it back recently in a trade. So a few years ago I did a full, you know, shop job of this machine. All the drop targets are new, flippers were rebuilt, you know, everything. You can see there's a new coil here, so whatever needed new coil there, whatever was in need of addressing was addressed at that point. Since I've had it in the last couple months, I have gone over it top to bottom, inside and out again, and I stripped the playfield, cleaned it, rubbered it, and addressed any minor issues that had popped up. You know, so that pretty much covers the guts of the cabinet here. I'll show you now the exterior of the cabinet, where I did some some painting, including, you know, blue flipper shooter rubber, which is always cute to add miscellaneous colors, rubbers here and there. And you'll see I did that for the flippers as well with yellow flipper rubbers. But you know, I did paint touch-ups like on this edge here just while I had that blue paint out, but I will show you the rest in one moment. Okay, so let's go over the cabinet quickly here. As you can see, I have had the legs powder coated white, which looks pretty sweet. I do have cabinet protectors in behind the legs, just blue. On the front only, I've got new leg hardware, so new leg bolts and leg levelers. This is a newer Stern sticker there, and a newer credit button sticker there as well. Rebuilt the shooter rod with new springs, and that is my beer holder that is not included with the sale of the machine. So here is the condition of the cabinet. I did do some minor baby blue touch-ups here and there. Nothing too extensive. It's not a perfect color match, but all in all, this side of the cabinet is in nice shape. And then here's the head. So what I did paint is the entire head frame on the face and the sides and the top. You can see up there. That was a couple years ago though now, and I painted the entire back side of the machine. And since I had the machine recently, I actually had the same paint, so I did some touch-ups to my old paint job, which, you know, from moving it, took a couple dings on the back side there. But here's this side. This is the better side. It is got less bumps and bruises. And here is the side of the head. And then you can see the head frame. Like I said, I painted, you know, all of that, and then touched it up again. Some cardboard remnants stuck to it when I had it stored for a couple months, so that got all cleaned up and touched up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is turn on the machine and we'll check out the rest. Okay, there she is powered on. I do not have the playfield glass in right now so that there is no glare when we check out the playfield here. So let's start at the bottom here. Some new apron cards. Like I said, I just recently cleaned and re-rubbered the entire machine, and I used yellow flipper rubbers, the silicone variety. And as you can see, the playfield is in amazing shape because someone at some point in the early history of the machine decided to Mylar pretty much wall to wall. You can see the edge here and then some edges here. There's a couple junction points here in Mylar where it's a little bit of dirt got into over the years, and it's not really accessible, and I don't want to mess with it and make it any worse. So a couple spots like that I wasn't able to address successfully, but this new CPR plastic set, all new drop targets. I took apart the banks, cleaned them, put them back together again. I'll start a game just so we can hear the waves and see all the drop targets now that they have reset. And so yeah, here is a just overview of the playfield. Pop bumper skirts are nice. Checked, and you know, since I've had the machine, I've basically gone over it all over again just to make sure everything was good. Here's what the back glass looks like when it is illuminated. It's got amazing art package, lots of color. It looks especially good with LEDs. Oh, I'm gonna throw this into lamp test here. Let's do that. Oh, I should have left it on display test, but we can maybe do that after. But here's lamp test, so you can kind of see a little better. Let me zoom in a little bit. How all the LEDs look. Stern used a bunch of different colored inserts on this machine, and they, when are illuminated with select LEDs in various different colors, they turn out beautiful. So that looks amazing in my opinion. And then few controlled lamps on the back box as well that are flashing in the lamp test, but I can turn it off and on and then go through a quick display test for fun. But I'm sure there's some stuff that I've missed, but all in all, great condition, plays great. I just ran it in a tournament that I had on the weekend. It was on for 6 hours and played all night, and no issues to speak of, except for one display. It was a little bit wonky, but I've resolved that since. And okay, so display test. Let's hit that one more time. No, there we go. Okay, so maybe I have to slide this back glass back over. There we go. So all the displays are in great shape, so we'll exit out of that by powering off, and I will take a separate gameplay video, but I might as well include a little bit of gameplay on this video since we can. It'll be one-handed, but I'll probably do another one, the proper camera rig setup with two hands, because it's no fun playing one-handed. But just for a second here, I'll see what I can do one-handed. So you can see a little bit of the Seawitch action. Four flippers of fun. Uh-oh. Might as well play off this last ball here. Oh, that was a cute way to get a skill shot. Huh. Neato. Oh, a little slow on that. Okay. Anyway. Like I said, I'll do a proper gameplay video, but that is basically the tour. Sure, there's stuff I forgot, but I think I covered the majority of it. Let's close this up and get a full shot of the action like that. And there's Stern Seawitch. Great game and nice condition.